Luke Rockhold, right?
Yes.
Where is he? Let
Paulo
me see his
Costa.
Rockhold. He is a plus 285 underdog. Paulo Costa minus 345 favorite. Whoa.
I think,
Okay.
but dude, everyone thinks Paulo is just gonna come in and starch Rockhold.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I feel that way. And that's no disrespect to Luke. Like, let's be honest, Luke has been out of the game for almost 3 years.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
or 2.5, something like that. So that time off, and then your last outing was being sent, literally sent by Yoel Romero, who sends just about everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's a freaking. Oh, Blahovic. Oh yeah. Well, he got sent by him too. Oh, that was the last one. So that's two knockouts.
Sheesh.
To Romero and then to Blahovic.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad send off, and then coming back, and then trying to take on one of the scariest guys in the division. Like, all respect to Luke, I appreciate that. Like, that's manly.
Yeah.
But that's not a fight I'm looking to come
No,
back
no.
for after a 2.5-year layoff. Like,
But I will say,
I'm good.
Luke,
Give
I've
me
seen
Sean
him-
Strickland, bro.
That would be a fun fight.
But yeah, it's a fun fight. It's a tough fight, but it's not a guy who's a hammer. He's gonna jab you to death. But I'd rather deal with the jabs than a guy who could just throw one big bungalow and my head, my consciousness is just somewhere in the stratosphere. It's like, you know, like
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking to come
That's
back
scary.
for. Especially now him coming off of a loss. Like, I would wait for that match. Like, that's just the way I would play the game. Like, some of this game,
How old is he now?
Luke.
Sorry to interrupt.
He's older for sure.
Dude, see, and I feel like the UFC keeps doing this with the
Yeah,
older guys,
37.
where they're just
This has
they
been
use
for a
them.
long time.
They
they've done
use
this.
them to set up their younger guys who they want to get wins, and like I think what the brass wants is like for Paulo to send Rockhold and get back on track. I think that's what they want.
I think is this one of those things, like, it's a win-win for the UFC. If Rockhold beats Costa, it's a big name.
That's facts.
It still does great for the UFC in terms of numbers and a sell for maybe a potential title shot down the road. Or another big main event. Or Costa sends him, oh, he's back on the winning side. He's back in the win column. He could maybe fight for a title again. He's looking for redemption. There's a storyline there for either case.
Yes.
Dominic Cruz versus Cheeto Vera. There's a storyline for either one of those guys to win. Dominic Cruz beats a guy, surging contender, in Cheeto Vera. Like, there's so much story.
Okay, so that's the other side.
That's the UFC's
That's
play.
the other side. So
Yeah.
if the older guy wins, it's like huge for nostalgia. It's the fans
Yeah.
are gonna love it.
So it's not necessarily, oh, the UFC just wants the older guy to lose to the younger guy. It's the way they've always done this marketing for so long. Like, that's just the way they can sell the fight, market the fight. It's a big name. The younger guy comes in, wins. For this instance, it's two big names.
Yeah.
You know, so
I will say though, Rockhold looks in great shape.
Oh.
I've been seeing him around.
Cruz looked in great shape.
Yeah.
You can look at it as in great shape as you want. The shape does not change the chin at all. What Luke should have done, I hope he's done in that time, was give his brain some time to heal, not get punched too often, maybe do some drills, some skill work, tighten up the boxing, tighten up his defense, not coming with this lazy stance on the southpaw where he'll throw this jab and he'll drop his right hand down, or guys pushing backwards, he pushes his hands out and then gets caught over the top the same way Bisping caught him with that left hook. Old lefty right over the top. He threw something overcommitted. Luke got stuck in his track. As Bisping dipped, he came back. I think it was a left, left over the top and caught him right on the chin. So for me, it's more of a technical thing that he needs to tighten up, and I hope he's done that. I'm pretty sure he did. I've been loving this version of Luke Rockhold, him talking shit, speaking his mind, and being more witty. Like, before, I feel like he was kind of like a prick, the way he would say things, and that's just my honest assessment. Like, I would hear him talk. I'm like, this guy just, and I don't know him personally. I've hung out with him a couple times at like clubs and stuff because of Wyman and Volante, but it was never like, oh, we're boys hanging out kind of thing. Like, yeah, we're like chopping it up. Never like that. But respectfully, I always just felt like the way he would come off was semi-arrogant and kind of like a prick. Like, just like a little mean-spirited and not really funny. Like, you could be like a Conor McGregor. I'm not saying like, okay, Conor's a special guy. Like, he could say something that's kind of like a dick, but it's funny.
Yeah.
And it gives it a little bit different, like a little bit.
You
could,
like cushion it.
yeah, so
where
it's
it's like
okay,
no
that
one's
was
actually
funny.
offended,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like, but this is just like, you're just trying to be you're just mean. You're just an asshole, bro. Like that's kind of the vibe I got from him. I was like, he just doesn't seem like my type of guy. But of late, he's been very like, I don't think he's even doing anything really different. I think the approach just comes off better, and the way he's been saying things of late. That's just my personal opinion. And I've been reading the comment sections, and people are even saying like, the rarest common W for Rockhold. And I just think that's hilarious because I think we're kind of in the same.
Turns.
Yeah, we're all kind of in the same feelings and emotions towards him, and just his persona, how it comes off.
Sure.
But former champion, he can do whatever he wants. And a couple things real quick before that, I think Luke's way of winning, body kick, that question mark kick that he does very, very well, and utilizing his ground game, his jiu-jitsu game is tight. It might not be the most fun thing to watch. I know it's exhausting, but if Luke Rockhold wants to win this fight, he takes the game plan kind of away from Izzy, stays on the outside, or he could go straight up Marvin Vettori and try to go straight at him and end up in a barn burner fight, which I just don't think he wins that type of slugfest. I just don't. Not with a guy like Paulo Costa at both their careers.
Not if his chin's
questionable.
Yeah.
Which
I feel like it usually is at this point, you know?
Yeah, it's hard to say it's
older.
not, especially at this point in his career. Based on what has happened in the past, you usually don't get better, especially at 37.
No, I agree. We just saw that last week.
And this fight is literally Dominic Cruz, Chito Vera, except up at 185.
That's
Dominic Cruz,
exactly.
37, and I think Costa is like 28 or 29.
But I hear DC.
Yeah. I'm about to tell him to pipe down.
It would be sick to see a body kick. You've been every fight I've seen you watch, you've been talking about body kicks lately.
Yo, body kicks. Like when I fought Jan, when I fought Pedro, I come out with the body kicks first. When I fought Cody Stamen, I think he threw a head kick at me first. I checked it. I think either a right or left hand, and I threw a head kick, and I came back with a body kick. And those are the strikes that really do damage. Because like this, everyone's always trying to protect their head. You rarely see guys dig the body. Like look at Justin the Kid Montalvo.
Yep.
That guy will cover up and pop, dig those body shots.
But it's almost like
no
no one even like remembers that's a thing when he does it. But I was gonna ask you, do you think that people don't do that enough? Go to the body.
Yeah. Like even when I'm sparring Marab, like how often did I try to go to the body, give him that lefty liver shot look, that right hand left hook to the liver, because that's what Aldo's gonna look to do.
Yes.
And you have to see it and prepare for it to know what your reaction is gonna be, to kind of get a feel of what it's gonna feel like. And I just feel like Luke is just a strong dude, and like we said, he's in shape, phenomenal shape. This is like the best I've ever seen him look, like physically,
looks,
like just shredded.
Yeah.
So does Costa, but I think if there's any way you could knock a guy out like that who traded with Yoel Romero, go to the body, bro. Why try to fight fire with fire up top? Go to the body, clinch him up when you can clinch him up.
And that would be a sick way to finish a fight.
Yeah.
So I agree. I think I would love to see that actually.
Yeah. But easier said than done, because when you do throw that body kick, you're on one leg, makes it hard for you to pivot out. You got to have a quick twitch where you could just throw it in there and then bounce out of there, and he's a southpaw. So that's what makes it readily available. Just being in this position, Costa being an orthodox fighter, so it's going to be orthodox versus southpaw. That opening is going to be there all night long. Occupy the hands. Throw the head kick, get him to cover up. Maybe it's going to be harder. You see a lot more people cover here and then return, check kicks and then return. You don't see a lot from the head, so you attack the head and check those. It's going to be harder for you to return after that. So I think you get his hands busy up top, and now he starts to keep his hands up, keep him honest. Now you can fake something, and he gets up like that and gets his hands up. Now you go to the body.
Shit,
I think it opens it up a bit.
You should tell Luke this.
Nah.
When you see him, like, yo, I got the game plan.
I like Costa.
What was I gonna fucking say?
May the best man win. Like, trust me. Like, Rockhold winning because of all the stuff he's saying, it's great.
It would be sick.
If he loses, it's just one of those guys who says everything at the end of their career, and it's too little, too late.
Yes, you lose your leverage. I did have a vision earlier, where I was thinking about this fight, and I was like, I just don't feel like Paulo's gonna knock him out. I don't think he is, for some reason.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm like underestimating him for some reason.
That's interesting.
I can't explain. Maybe it's because of how the last fight went, where it was like just a lot of shenanigans before the fight, and I just feel like there's this kind of like bend in the universe that way for him right now. It's
Listen, man,
completely instinct. But I just had to say that.
Rockhold's big enough, tall enough, strong enough to touch his chin and put him out. It's just whether or not he could get there and do it and cross that line of fire. Like, to hit somebody, Ray Longo always says this, to knock somebody out, you have to be willing to be knocked out because you have to step into the line of fire. Unless your reach is like 10 reach advantage, 10-inch reach advantage, where you can strike from the outside and not get touched at all, where I could touch you, step in and commit to the line of fire and get out of there, that's a different scenario. But for the most part, most people, you want to knock somebody out, you have to step in and commit, which means you are also in the line of fire to be knocked out yourself.
You can't get a knockout without being vulnerable.
Yes. I mean, you could be as defensively sound as you want. I mean, Dan Hardy versus Carlos Condit, both these guys threw, like, I think it was a cross left hook, and Dan Hardy ate the worst exchange of that. And they threw the exact same combination, except one, I think, might have been a little bit better defensively sound in that position, but it was almost identical. Like, you watch it slow motion, boom, boom, both crack each other with the left hook. One goes down, one just takes a step or two.
Yeah. We've seen that a lot in history. So, Conor, when he knocked out Jose, he got clapped.
Well, it was a straight left hand right down the pipe.
Yeah, but he got hit too.
Like he got hit on the way of Aldo being knocked out and kind of just already swinging his arm. It wasn't like he hit him and like stuck the shot. He was knocked out as he swung the shot, and it just kind of clipped him.
Yeah.
It was one of those.
It looked tough though. I was like, damn. That probably
It's like,
hurt.
damn, and he landed while being knocked out.
Yeah.
It's just one of those. Yeah, fight game is crazy, bro.
It is.
Fucking,
even in that crazy ass knockout, Conor still got hit pretty hard.
Yeah. But that's what I think about that matchup. And what were the odds on that one again?
I did not. I don't think you said them.
I didn't? I thought I said them. Oh, there it is. It is. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, there's a lot of lines. There's so many different like prop bets and shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't do none of those.
I've never gambled.
I don't know how.
It's funny because we talk about the odds all the time, but neither of us gamble.
I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
Like, I can give you the bets and tell you what to do, but that's pretty much it. Like, I don't know how to do like parlays and things like that. Like, I don't know how to do, like, if I think this guy's gonna win by this, like, I don't know how to do that. And then there's a way to like hedge your bet kind of thing.
Where you don't actually lose.
Yeah, you kind of like almost break even for the most part. So Costa was a minus 345 favorite, and Luke Rockhold is a plus 285 dog. This one's tough. I don't want to say he's like a live dog, because part of me just thinks like the odds maker have this right.
Okay.
But as always in the fight game, there's always a chance to win. Just look at me.
Well, they had the odds wrong on that.
Yeah.
What was that?
Just look at
what
me.
were the odds on here? Like something crazy, right?
I was almost a 3-1. I feel like, which I was like, oh, that's so disrespectful.
Minus what?
Like when it first came out, it was like minus 3 something. I was like, wow.
God.
I was like, I'll take that to the bank all day long. Let's go, Long Island. Yeah, something's ridiculous.
Are we breaking down Marab?
Yeah. Okay, so next up,
This will be interesting.